Sup, VG, welcome back to another video. Now I'm going to tell you the top 10 places to stay in Australia. Or, well, not really stay, just visit. Number 10, Adelaide. The capital of South Australia, Adelaide, is Australia's 5th largest city. With a population of over 1.2 million. More than 3/4 of South Australia live in Adelaide. The city is located on the plain between the rolling Adelaide Hills and the Gulf St. Vincent and the border of many Australian famous wine regions. Historically known as the City of Churches, much of agriculture in the city is retained for the colonial era. Wow, these are some things I didn't even know. Number 9, Darwin. The coastal line of Northern Territory, Darwin, has long been the most international of the country's major cities. In close proximity to another countries of the Indian Queen, has been made a city of transportation hub since the earliest days. Devastated during World War II, Darwin is a resilient town with a spirit that can't be defeated. Today, the city has around 75,000 people in a popular holiday destination. Wow. Number 8, Hobart. Hobart is the capital city of Australian island of Tasmania, as well as Australia's second oldest city after Sydney. Wow, I didn't even know that. With a population of about 250,000, Hobart is small and intimate compared to larger mainland Australian cities. Reflecting the small size of the state, there is many fine examples of Georgian and Victorian agriculture in Hobart, such as Salamander Place and terraces of warehouses dating back to the whaling days of the 1830s. It's a mild temperature oceanic climate with 4 distant seasons. Wow. Number 7, Brisbane. Brisbane is the capital of the state of Queensland, and the population of about 2 million people, making it a 3rd largest city in Australia, after Sydney and Melbourne. Brisbane is a year-round warm climate, spectacular scenery, and pleasant local have been the draw cards of many domestic and international visitors, making Brisbane the fastest growing city in Australia. Wow. Number 6, Perth. Located on the Australian southwestern coastline, Perth is the country's 4th largest city and the capital of Western Australia. Isolated from the other major cities in Australia, Perth has developed its own unique character. Although the area has been inhabited for thousands of years, there is a youthful atmosphere of fun-loving attitude, and the city is nearly 2 million people. Wow. Now, before I go on, I'd just like to say that the only states I have not been to in Australia, the only ones I have not been to, are Tasmania, South Australia, and Western Australia. I've been to all the others. Number 5, Melbourne. The capital of the state of Victoria, Melbourne, is Australia's 2nd most populated city, located near the southeast tip of Australia on the large natural bay of Port Phillip. Melbourne is considered a national culture capital, as well as the important port. A well-planned city known for its shopping, fine restaurants, and sports venues. Melbourne is the ideal destination for travellers who appreciate the good life. Wow. Number 4, Cairns. For a tropical climate, easygoing and close proximity to the Great Barrier Reef, Cairns is one of Australia's most popular vacation destinations. Located at the northwest corner of Australia, Cairns is provincial, the stylish city with a population of around 150,000 people. For a few coastal destinations feature more wildlife and more opportunities to travel adventures than pretty Cairns. Wow. Number 3, Alice Springs. Located in the heart of Australia, about 1,500 kilometers, which is 900 miles, from the nearest major city. Alice Springs is comprised as cavernous Georgia's boundless desert landscapes, remote Aboriginal communities, and charming pioneer history. Since the start of the tourist, in the early 80s, sorry, the population has substantially grown to 28,000 people. Wow. Number 2, Great Barrier Reef. One of the top destinations of underwater explorers and scuba divers, the Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest barrier reef system. I knew that. Located at the coral reef of the coast of Australia's state of Queensland. The Great Barrier Reef encompasses a huge area of more than 2,900 coral reefs and hundreds of islands and reefs, formed by millions of living organisms after a period of millions of years. Wait, millions of years? That's not true. The world has lived for a million years. This is basically based off evolution. Wow. The reef is now one of the most diverse in the world, and the places to visit in Australia. Now, I guess you all can guess what number 1 is. You guys, I guess you guys are shouting at me right now, telling me what number 1 is, because I think it's pretty obvious where it is. Sydney. Leave in the comments if you were shouting that at me right now. Located at the Australian southeastern coast, Sydney is the capital of New South Wales. I knew that. A modern city of the local history, Sydney is defined as the scenic harbour. The region's first inhabitants lived along the harbour's bank of thousands of years. The harbour was also the landing site for convicts sent to Australia during the 1780s. Today, ferries take visitors from cruises under the Farm City Harbour Bridge and past the iconic Sydney Opera House. I guess that's for another video. Leave a comment below if there's a place you want to visit in Australia that I haven't mentioned yet. Please subscribe. It's all around me. Just leave a thumbs up. Love you all so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, peace.